Welcome to Narca Tales. Imagine this, every time your phone buzzes, dread sinks into your chest. A work meeting, a first date, a family dinner. No matter where you are or what you're doing, that ringtone, the one you never chose but came with your SIM, drives you crazy. And every time you answer, it's the exact same message. Hello. Hi, this is Jennifer from the senior underwriting team calling about your loan. Please press 1 to speak to a specialist. A click. Silence. Then a dial tone. 15 calls a day. 6 days a week. For 12 long months. I felt like I was watching my sanity slip through my fingers. I'd rise before dawn, bleary-eyed, only to see unknown caller lighting up my screen. At 8 a.m., while juggling breakfast and a conference call, my phone would scream. At 2 p.m., when I was trying to help my little cousin take his first steps, that same mechanical voice would grind through. By the time I deleted my voicemail message for the 3rd time that week, I'd developed a twitch. I am not easily rattled, but that Jennifer was a ghost in my machine. I could hear her breath catch in the microphone when she switched scripts mid-sentence, or when she tried a new accent. G-Day, mate dipped into Indian lilt, then mid-Atlantic crispness. They had a whole team, 20, 30 voices, each one flatter than the last. And I was their mark. I tried everything. I blocked numbers, only to have them reappear an hour later, spoofed to look local. I registered on do not call lists. I even answered once and begged them, please, just stop calling me. I heard nothing but a faint click. They never hung up. Ever. Finally, one rainy Tuesday evening, I hit my breaking point. I'd sat through 10 calls during my day job. Another 5 while I cooked dinner. 2 more during a meditation class. My sanctuary shattered. That night, I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, furious. Why would they treat me like this? And then I remembered, someone on Reddit said they'd turn the tables. They dialed the scammers back. Mute. Hang up. Over and over. So I grabbed my phone. What followed was a blur. 266 calls in 35 merciless minutes. Click. Hello. I'm on mute. Hang up. Click. Jennifer from the senior underwriting team. Mute. Hang up. It was worth it just to hear them stumble. Please hold, fizzed out as scripts collided. One would say, this is the loan adjusting department, then realize, no, that's the other line. Another would riff a single hello, like an echo in an empty room. Accents tangled, Kiwi, Cockney, Aussie, Indian, Midwestern. Names changed on the fly, Franklin Mortgage, Eagle Trust Loans, Silverline Underwriters. They started faster, then slower. By call 150, my heart pounded with grim joy. The hang-ups came sooner, like a panicked flinch on the other end of the line. At call 260, something different happened. My screen lit with incoming voice. I braced myself. A low, gravelly voice, older, more deliberate than any I'd heard, growled into my ear. Mr. OP? You've got to stop with these spam calls. I mean, seriously. Don't you have something better to do? My blood froze. A heartbeat of silence. Then I realized, it worked. For the first time in a year, I haven't heard from Jennifer once. My phone sits silent on my desk. No ringtones, no voicemails, no more panic. Or so I thought. A week later, my phone lit up with a different number. 202-555-3167, my own number. Hello? Hi, this is Jennifer from the senior. I froze mid-sip of coffee. Something in the world had broken. I answered. Mr. OP, you really do have too much time on your hands, don't you? It was my voice. The exact same stilted recording I'd heard so many times. Jittery with annoyance, it tumbled out through my own handset, as if I'd become the scammer. My jaw dropped. I slammed the phone down and scrambled to call myself again, heart hammering. Jennifer, the voice whispered inside my ear. My walls spun. I realized, with a cold sick twist, that in my campaign of revenge I'd triggered a loop. A misconfigured VoIP line, reverse-forwarded. I had hijacked my own voicemail to broadcast that cursed lone pitch every few hours to myself. The calls I'd meticulously scrubbed 3 times a week were my own doing. The silent vengeance that made me gasp for triumph now boomeranged in my ear. Every time I picked up, I wasn't hearing scammers. I was listening to my own recorded spite echoing through the wires. I sank into my chair, mind reeling, as the last words crackled. Please press 1 to speak to a specialist. And in that instant, the lines blurred. Hunter or hunted, I had become the ghost in the machine. Don't forget to subscribe. This has been Narca Tales, where the smallest act of revenge can turn you into your own worst enemy.